Hey, you right, guys, Trophy Munchers Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 8 of Teen Wolf Season 6. We are in the final 3 episodes now of 6A, which is gone by very quickly, and then we're just on the final 10. But last episode, I enjoyed it. It wasn't one of my favorites of 6A so far, but I'm hoping that towards these final 3 episodes, that things start to get, a little bit more. Not that it's not interesting, but I don't know. I feel like it after episode 5, 6, and 7 were good episodes, but to me they weren't like great, and I kind of thought all of 6A was just going to be insanely amazing. But we do still have 3 episodes left, so it can still pull it out of the bag. And a lot of people are saying that episodes, I think it's 9 and 10, are like really, really good. So obviously, 9 will be the next episode, but we'll see what happens with episode 8. I think a couple of people have said that they really enjoyed this episode as well. But yeah, there's still something that's a little bit slow with 6A. Not slow, I just definitely feel like the story is kind of one of those stretched out ones because they have to hold off on bringing Dylan back. But saying that, I am so glad they had him in episode 5. If they didn't have episode 5, I would admit that I'd be disappointed with 6A so far. But episode 5 was, like I say, one of my favourite episodes of Teen Wolf ever. So at least it has that one, and we'll see how 8, 9, and 10 are. So if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe. And if you do want early uploads to the rest of Teen Wolf, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below, as well as Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me on there, and Discord if you want to join that and talk about Teen Wolf with myself and others. And yeah, episode 8, guys, let's do it. Oh, so cool. That was such a great last scene, dude. Okay, I can't be too long, but that episode was fantastic. I was kind of unsure about it a little bit at the start, like, so it was just going into like Douglas, and I do think Douglas is an awful villain. I don't find him interesting at all. I appreciate they tried to give more to him, but I thought he's just a weak villain to me personally. I don't find him entertaining. I don't find him menacing. I don't know. There's something about him. He's just so generic and by the books. I just don't like him. Other than that, though, this episode was fantastic. Like Stilinski, putting the pieces together for Styles and recreating the room, and then having to say goodbye to his wife. That was heartbreaking. That was so well done, and I'm glad they've just. It's been. I think it's gone on a bit too long with Stilinski and the room. It's been like 4, 5 episodes now. It's been a long time for that, but it's been a good payoff for it. But it definitely feels like they could have made it like a 2 or 3 episode thing, but it seems to have gone on for a long time. Like when Lydia was like visiting the house and started beating about the wall, it's just like all that stuff. Um, but I don't know, it's a good payoff, and then the end scene there where he's like telling them all that he saw him. Because when there was that blue light, I'm assuming that's what the rift was that he was mentioning after his wife had disappeared. So there's a way to get there, which is great because it did feel a bit hopeless, like what we're going to do now. So yeah, that was all good. I loved the scene where Hayden, like we had Mason, Corey, Mason's gone, and then Hayden like sacrificing himself in a way to let Liam go and get Styles. I don't care for Hayden. I did. I don't so much anymore, but that scene was great. Like that was her best scene all season, in quite a long time actually. And I don't know, Liam just knew he had to let it happen, and I think that scene was done really well. Um, so yeah, I can't even complain with that one. That was a good one. Then Peter Hale, him doing the exact same thing basically, but sacrificing himself so Malia and Scott could get away. I don't think he would have come if it was just Scott, but he did come from Malia, which I'm happy about. I thought he was just going to run off, and it's like, oh, Peter Hale doing the same thing, but you can tell he cares about Malia as a daughter, so I'm glad he did that. So that was an awesome scene. I do feel like it's still a bit silly that we have Douglas and we have a like a banshee, 2 wolves, and a coyote, and they can't take him on. It's just like it feels like we've had 6 seasons of them training themselves up to be able to take on like worse villains than Douglas by far, like a lot worse villains. And they couldn't do it. I don't know. Every time they kind of have like a combat scene with it, sometimes I'm like, yeah, fair enough. They were overpowering odds. Like with Hayden, I was like, yeah, there was 2 of them with whips. There was nothing they could really do. But there, I was just a bit like, what's the point in you training yourself up and teaching Liam the ways and all this stuff if it doesn't make a difference? That's a little nitpick, really, but it's still a bit annoying. Still no Styles. I do think they're going to save it for like the mid-season finale in episode 10. But we have 2 episodes left. We finally have a way we can get through the rift and save everyone. I do like how they took like everyone this episode. It was just like, because that was one of my complaints earlier. Is like they just took Styles and he was the only really main character, and then it was Corey last episode, and now it's like Mason, Hayden, Melissa, Mr. Argent. All of those are gone. Pretty much the whole town's gone at this point, which I think is pretty cool. It'll end up being like one of those towns from episode 6, so we'll see. But yeah, this was a lot better than episode 6 and a lot better than episode 7. Not nowhere near as good as episode 5. Definitely better than 4. I'd say it was better than 3. Definitely better than 2. Not as good as episode 1. I'd say this is my third favourite of 6A so far. So I'm going to give this one an 8 point. I'll go 8.2 out of 10. I was thinking 8.3, but we'll go 8.2. Very, very good episode. I do still feel like Douglas is a very weak villain though. Don't find him interesting at all. Didn't care for his like Nazi flashbacks or whatever. No, I'm doing that, but Nazi flashbacks, they were just not interesting to me. I know that I do appreciate they're trying to give more to him, like I said, but he's just not for me. Then I still get annoyed by them not being able to, take on fights. But other than that, love this episode, especially the ending there. That ending was a really great scene to end on. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below. Everything that I mentioned at the start will be in the pinned comment, and I'll see you next time for episode 9, the penultimate episode to 6A. Till then, peace.